9:10. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Rifka's afternoon. Murgles. Why did I say afternoon? Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Rifka's Craft Corner. How is everyone doing? I'm doing okay. I am working on these cute little feet, if you call them cute. But I'm working on the feet. Hello, Audie. So, yeah, I'm working on this cute little feet. Why do I keep saying cute? I'm just working on the it's not the hump of the foot, but it's basically it needs to look like it's part of the cat's foot. And this cat's foot is supposed to look pretty close to what a big cat looks like. Yeah, I went for middle ground. Sorry. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know about that. There we go. I think this looks pretty good for a cat foot. Yeah, pretty much afternoon, morning, whatever. It's still a day we work on and things. I'm actually using my crochet needle to smooth it out. Why is one thicker than the other? Just doesn't look right. Doesn't it look thicker than the other? I mean, I'm trying to make a big paw, but I don't want it too thick. Not sure if I got it looking right. It looks good on this side, but not so good on this side. It's a little big, isn't it? Maybe if I cut off just a small bit, very small bit, like just a little shaving, just tiny amount of shaving. What do you think? It's like just a tiny bit of shaving. Just a little. But if I do that, then it I need to push this way a little bit more. Yeah, I think I do. Can't lose that foot. Yeah. I think I did okay on the toesies. We'll see. Yeah, the face is really big, but the toesies is... The toes is a different story. Okay. So I think we did it. We'll put them all together to give me an idea. Yeah. Yeah, I did fairly good. I would fix this one a little bit better. Usually it's on the side. It's usually on the side. And it needs to look somewhat good. With a hint of a... Sorry, I have it away from me. But yeah. Yeah. So one's like that, the other's like that. Just give me a minute to get an idea if I like the way it looks. It looks pretty good. And then there's that. We'll have to put them together to get an idea if it's going to turn out right. But that is what my feet look like. I still have to get the claws made. So for now, feet go here. Up there. I still love how the face turned out. The facial one. This is the top eyes and everything. Love how that turned out. And when we put the bottom part under it, it'll just go chomp. I mean, that looks really good. And I would have to put like a little bit of a, like take a little bit of pink or something, mix it with a little bit of this, and put it for the sinews. Like you take this part right here, you hold it up like that, and you have it on the you have the sinews in here. But I'm not working on that right now. I'm trying to figure out how I want to work on the body. But that gives you an idea what I'm thinking of. Okay. Well, the good news is that part is done for technically at the moment. I am happy with how the feet look. I might fix it up a little bit more later on. But yeah, I did say feet, and I did work on the feet. The claws is claws and paws. This is for the teeth. The teeth is right here. So the claws and the paws. So let's flatten this up a little bit. Flatten this up. Okay. And let's use this to kind of because we are making a okay, that's the way. Right here is a neck. So this part goes in. Is it this way or this way? No, this way. Because this would be the tail. So okay. This is when you work your fingers and get an idea of the not majesty, but how big you are trying to get an idea. Okay. And you're looking at your feet, and you have to make certain it all fits together. So this is going to be fun. Now we're working on the body. I like how lean and thin I made it. Do you see what I mean? Right here is where the thinness and how lean it is. On the tail, I don't know if I want the tail long or short or, well, it has to be long, but you know what I mean. So at the moment, I'm just doing little by little because of the fact that I don't have one of those spaghetti machines or pasta machines or whatever everyone else is using. I just don't have that. I have things coming in the mail that is for working on something else. I do want to work on some more resin, but I've been taking a breather from the resin just for a little bit while I try and figure out what I did with something. Has that ever happened to you where you misplaced something and you don't know where it is, and it's like, okay, well, we have to do something. Now, I don't normally use this as a but hey, it works just as well as a roller as possible. Sometimes you just go with what you got, right? Right. It does work as a roller. So, I'm going to put this on this side and then this on this side. And I'm going to work this with my fingers to get the clay on. And as I work, I'll be using my fingers to knead it into the product. And I think that will be good. Because you kind of want to get it to look like the product. And we're getting somewhere. It's starting. Look at that. We got the, this will be the, right up in here will be the shoulder blade. Right in this section, right in here, will be the shoulder blade. Wouldn't you agree? That looks almost like the shoulder blade of the, because we kind of want the big cat to have a shoulder blade. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Trust me, it is a bit. This part is like this. Or like this. No, like this. Ow. There. Just so you know, that's what it'll look like. That is the big cat. But at the moment, I'm not working on it. At the moment, I'm working on the body. That is the head. I have the feet. Hopefully, I made the feet big enough. Might have to make it even bigger. Because then it would look, this feet would look too small, wouldn't it? Might have to make it bigger. I thought I did really good on the feet. But looking at the big cat's face, it needs to be bigger. Okay, we'll work on that. See, it always works to look at the face, because if you look at the face, the facial features is bigger. Now you look at the feet and you put the feet against the face and it looks tiny. Wouldn't you agree? Looks tiny for a big cat like creature. So, love the face. I did really well on the face, the facial features. I'm very happy with that. So, right now, we're working on the shoulders and I might have to fix the feet. I feel the feet are still a little bit small. I thought I was making it too big, but no. These paws have to be bigger. Big, big, big.
Oh, yeah.
I kept thinking, I kept looking at the facial feature I have right here of the big cat.
Yeah, the paws are nearly as big as the head on a lion and things like that.
Yeah, so I
They're
have
not
to.
small-footed animals.
Yeah, I don't know why I thought it was a small-footed animal. So I will have to fix that paw. Well, at least that helps me see what I done wrong. So I will have to refix the paws. Okay. Well, that means restarting, which is no big deal. Sometimes you look at something and you're like, okay, that so I have to make it now it's gonna be half the size, like the size of the paw will be about this size. The paw will be about this size. It'll be about the right size of the face, but maybe a little smaller, but not that small. Oh, Murgles. Can't believe I was making it so small. Well, thanks for letting me know I've been doing it wrong. Maybe a little more. Yep. By the way, I still haven't received that lovely diamond painting dots yet. They said it's on its way, but I haven't received it yet, which is quite funny. Because once I get that diamond painting dot, then that other thing that I'm making, let's see. Let's do that. Now I'm going to try and fix the bottoms. To stay in place. So we're going to redo the bottoms. Oh yeah, that is bigger. That is much bigger. Okay. I didn't realize I was doing it wrong. Oh well. I kept looking at it and I'm like, something is wrong here. Doesn't look right to me. Oh yeah, it didn't look right because it wasn't right. So let's put this part in. And let's get this back into like flattened, but elongated. Okay, we got it now. Yeah. The one thing is I love this clay because this clay is nice and soft, but oh, plenty big. Yeah, that is what I'm looking for. We needed to make certain that the beast has a big feet, not only big teeth, not only big face, but a big. Part of me is wondering, should I actually start work with the wings? Oh, Murgles, what's wrong with me? I'm like, okay, should I make wings yet, or should I? Yeah, I think the paws looks a lot better now that I got the right idea of the size. It took me a bit there. I apologize, but yeah, it just was like I don't like how the paws look. And I know the paws are humongous and lifted up a little bit, and yeah, paws are lifted up. So, yeah. Okay. And then you go like this a little bit. Okay. And you lift it and make it look like a little shoe. No, it's not a shoe. But you try and bring it up. I'm so glad I looked at my. It was like the proportion was just off a little bit, and I'm looking at the proportions of the, and we want this thing to go down like this because big cats have knuckles on them. Now understand this is a beast, but still big cats have knuckles. I was talking to my work leader, or whatever you call him, work leader in Australia. And I was talking about the making the displacer piece. And when I make the displacer piece, I kind of want to make it yeah, that's much better. No, the inside is always a little bit more. So basically I've learned about the a big cat's foot is big, don't get me wrong. But it goes all the way around. And then you smooth it out like this. And you smooth it out like this. Now, when I finally put the feet, the toes in, or where the claws go, it'll look much better. But at the moment, it looks, yeah, it looks like a, it doesn't look like a big cat's foot yet. But it will. It will look like a big cat's foot. And then you want to kind of flatten it on the ends like this a little bit. Now, I will be putting paws, and I will be putting like little pads on the paws and everything. That will be happening. Oh, that looks amazing. I like that. Wish I had paid attention to the size difference. Now I'm going to show you the difference. This is what the big cat toes will look like, or the big cat foot will look like. This is the shape I want, if that makes sense. It's the shape, but not the right size. So that helps me learn how to make big cat toes. One thing is, I'll be honest. When I first started working on big cat things, my big cat things, I couldn't make the toes. I couldn't make the foot right. That has been one of my, I won't say Achilles heel, but it's not one of my easiest ones to make. So right here is the big cat toes. And this part right here is it's almost like they have like a little not tough to fur, but they have like something on the side. So when they stand, their toes are extended. I think that's what I remember seeing about big cats. Right there,
The bed on the big cats?
the big cat's toes
Yes.
are extended.
Yes.
So here's the toes right here. I think this looks much better than this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Showing my husband. So what we will do is do the back end of it, because I think that needs to be done. Back end of the toes, so it's staying in place, if that makes sense. So I will be using a lot of clay. Okay. There we go. Okay. There we go. That makes better sense. Much better sense. Yes, it does. If you're wondering why I'm picking at the top, those pieces of hair. And I don't want pieces of hair in my clay product. So, yeah, I think I did it. I think I got the right size for the toe. And I'm right now just working this part in. What do you think? Did I do much better on the toes? Much better on the toes right there. I'll show you. Okay. Here's my hand. And here's the original toes right here. But if you look at the face versus this, I'm going to put the face. I think this one fits better with this toes than with this. Would you agree or not? So, getting an idea of the toe size, I think I did much better. Let me get a dark color to show what I mean. There's the toes, there's the face. Which side is better? This side or that side? I think this side is better. So, giving me that idea. Will you stay on page and let's move you out of the way? I'm talking to my mouse. Yeah, I think I did much better. I think that's gonna look much, much better. Now I will be putting like a thing on the underside to bring it out a little bit better, because they always have like these pads and stuff on it, and I kind of want to keep it as close to what a real big cat has on their feet, so it gives you an idea. So yeah. Been doing a lot of thinking and I've been doing a lot of thinking, and I've been like, if I'm going to do instructional one, instructions are done in about 45 minutes. Except for when it's clay. I will tell you, I love this clay a lot. It's a polymer clay. It's Mr. Scolby. That looks better. Yeah, I like that. That looks much better. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to take off this and make it bigger. Now, what I did is, how I started it was I looked at it and I'm like, okay, I messed up on the foot. I know I messed up on the foot because it's not big enough. So this is how big I'm going to make the foot. That's the toes or the foot. This is where when I'm working on the foot, this right here is where, right in here is where the toes will go. And I want to segment it. Segmented. That makes no sense. But I want to segment it, or that's better. Keep going. Keep going. Looking at my toes here, or the foot. And when you don't have a roller or something like that, you use, right now using a crochet hook. Then you use your fingernail, not your fingernails, but you use your fingers, and you get that working good. So at the moment, it almost looks like how your hand is like that. That's sort of what I'm after. So let me get this part set up. Okay. So we went to go back here a little bit. Murgles, stop dropping. About here to here. And just segment the toes a little bit from each other. And that helps you see what I'm doing here. And then I can put the little hole for the teeth for the toenail. Give you an idea. Yeah, that looks good. And when I make the toenail, it'll just go slot in. Do you see what I did there? The toes. It's set up for the toenails. It gives you an idea where I'm going to be putting my toenails for the critter. Well, actually, this should be up a little higher. Yeah. Looks pretty even and good. Much better. Yep. And you want to make it look as good as possible. So the difference between this side and this side is that this is just too tiny. So we're going to make some more clay. Yay. Okay. So I am, oh, Murgles. Getting my clay out. I knew this was going to be a big project. I knew that. There we go. And the clay can go back into its little holder. I'm using plastic, whatever. So yeah, looking at the toes, they need to look like that, not the little dinky thing I made. Yes, I called it dinky because it was tiny. Now I'm visualizing the size. It looks like it's about the right size. And now I am going to work my hand. Work my hand. So that actually fits the look of what I'm after. That looks much better in my book. You're probably wondering why I'm working on the toes or the feet first. I'm going to say the feet are my Achilles heel. Audie, would you agree? I always had problems with the feet. So yeah, it's the Achilles heel of mine. So I'm like trying to make certain I got this right now. And you have to make certain it's the same size. A little bit bigger. Just a tiny bit bigger. But yeah, the feet are my Achilles heel, meaning it's not my easiest thing to make. So first thing you do is when you're working on something, work on your hardest one. I always thought the face was harder for me, but I'm finding out the feet was the hardest. Even my husband can confirm that one for you. I was talking to Jeff about one of his on his book, maybe putting a displacer beast that actually had wings on it. But the question is, where would you put the wings? Would it be before the tentacles or after the tentacles? About the right size. Okay, good. About the right size. Yay! I'm doing great on it now. Okay. So, first things first, you want to put your the bottom part under it so it holds it in place. And that's what that part is for. Yes. Much better. I'm loving this. It took me a while because if you're working on clay and you're like, well, how do I make this better? Well, you go for your harder one. It's harder for you and you have to figure out how to do it, if that makes sense. So for me, it's like I'm looking at this and I'm like, what is my Achilles heel? Meaning what is my problem area? And my problem area, believe it or not, are the feet. When it comes to a big cat, making that feet is like my problem area. Okay. Let's see. Put it a little bit slimmer, but bigger. So yeah, my problem area is actually my feet. Did I just drop my clay? So that's what I'm working on right now. Is I'm working on the clay. But the feet is my problem area. And I'm going quiet at the moment so I can concentrate on making the feet better. That is the feet. I think I finally figured out how to fix my feet. So one thing I need to do is bring it forward a little bit. Flatten it out a little bit. Bring it down a little bit. And then put like a little bit of a hump on it. On the feet. Because one thing I found out is that this area right here on the big cat has like a little bit of a hump on it to make it run better, I think. So I'm trying to reach that goal. It's little goals. You have to do like little goals before you can do big goals. Wouldn't you agree, Audie? Do your little goals first and then do the big goals. So right now I'm working on my sculpture, or I guess it's a sculpture. Yeah, that's much better. Gives you an idea of where we are going with this. Micromanage. And what I've learned is in working with clay, one, I would say clay's easier to work with than with resin sometimes, because if you work with clay, then you can so what I'm doing right now is just slightly working on it just to get an idea of the length and the width. And I'm hoping when I get done, I don't have to do much painting. That's another thing I'm working on, where I don't have to put too much paint on it. So I'm now putting like a little bit of yeah, I'm looking at my feet and I'm like, wow, the feet compared to before is like maybe a little bigger. Yeah, about that big. And what we want is we want the feet to be pretty much not flattened out, but enough that you know it's where the toes go, like I'm talking about the toes of the big animal. Because if you look at cat feet, they actually have a slight hump. And I've looked at their pictures a lot to give me an idea. But they actually have a slight hump on their side of their feet. This little area right here. That little hump right here is where the other toe goes. So that's what I'm thinking of. And then we go here. And we make it about this way. Yeah. This one. Yeah. This one. Yeah. Okay, so we got the toes, and it looks amazing. Actually, the toes look much more realistic and almost right to the proportion I need. Yeah, that looks much better than it did when I first started. And then what we want to do here is bring the toe, bring it down. Because they have claws that go, yeah. And then last but not least, we go in here and we put the claw there. So we know exactly where the claw goes. Now, is this bigger than the other side? In a way, it kind of looks a little bit bigger, which means I might have to adjust a little bit. And that's what this is all about. You're looking at your character, not your character, but you're looking at your artwork. You're like, what can I do better? Then you also looking at this area right here. So it's nice and flattened a little bit. And you look at it and you're like, it's a little big on the side. So you take a little bit your clay and you working it out, and idea if you're getting it just the right size and you want it just perfect the other side. So it's a little bit bigger. Add the little bit on this side, make it bigger. I'm going to check one more area and I will see what I can do. I mean, it's close. They're both close in size, but you want to kind of have it almost symmetrical, if that makes sense. So you kind of want to get your symmetrical look. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just fix this side. To be more symmetrical to the other side. Yeah, that makes it a little bigger. Just a tad. You don't want to go too big, but you don't want to go too small either. And as far as I remember, big cats have big cement that their feet are pretty much even to each other. I'll check the back end, see if that's the problem. And I think that is where I'm messing up on, is the back end of this needs to kind of match this side. So that's what I'm working on at the moment, is to get the back end to look right. And we'll bring this around this and to there. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's the problem. Okay, I think I figured out what my problem was. Let's see. Is it even now? Yeah, it's even now. Yeah, I like that. Maybe a little bit more on the top, just a little bit. Just to be a little bit thicker. But otherwise, it's pretty good. Yeah, that's better. Much better. Like I said, working with feet is one of my not my strongest forte. So I thought better work on my feet to give you, not to give you an idea, to I'm going to take my challenges. My challenge is to make the feet just right. And I want to make it as even as possible. Now, I think we got it pretty even. A little more fatter on the side. Just looking at the other side to give me an idea. And that's the thing. When you're working with clay, you're looking at it and you're trying to visualize a big cat's toe, cat's foot. And it's like, what am I doing wrong here? And from what I'm seeing is I have it set up much better with this side than this side. So, and then I'm thinking it's this side, that side. And this is the area, like I said, the foot has always been one of my not my strongest forte when it comes to sculpting, but to make it just right, you have to make certain you have the there we go. Yeah, that's looking much better. And I'm talking a little bit, but I'm also checking and make certain I got this part right. We had a fun time yesterday, my husband and I. We were trying to get one of the eggs from our chickens. She decided she was going to lay in a different spot than normal. It was a little hard to get the eggs, but hey, we did it. Now, I think if I do it just right, it looks close to each other. I think I did fairly well. They're pretty symmetrical, I think. My husband can confirm or deny. Does this look symmetrical? I'm trying to get it as close to each other as possible. Might have to fix this to be more with that little look, but
I would say you're getting there, dear.
yeah.
You're allowing a little spot for the dew claws as well, I think.
Yeah. It needs to have the claws on them. I haven't even made those claws yet. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just making this area right here symmetrical to the other side. Pretty close. I think I did fairly well. The decoy is going to have to go out again. Yeah. Does that look good? Or am I still off a little bit? Let me know. But I think we did pretty good with it. I might have to add just a little bit more a little bit more clay. To the side just to want it to look as even as possible to the other side. Let's see. Okay, so the other area that's not looking right to me is this area right here. I need to fix the about here and about here, I guess. And then we'll have to reposition the feet. Flat and pushed in. But most of it looks good. We'll organize this part. Okay. We'll work on that part, but it gives me an idea. So I'm going to use this as my backup. Well, not my backup, but you know what I mean. It's to help me see what I need to do. I kept looking at these and I'm like, these are teeny tiny feet for a big cat. It's like, it doesn't look right. Okay. One, you need to be pushed out a little bit. There, that's good. And time to work on another foot. Make it bigger and broader. So I put my other foot underneath so I can get an idea. I'm using it as my size comparison. Right now I'm making this into a ball to get an idea if I have the right size, if that makes sense. So I'm right now rolling it because it has to be big enough for a, for the feet. They were quite tiny, to be honest, for a big cat. Just a little bit more. So we're going to be redoing this just a tad to give me an idea if I got it just right. And then I'm going to roll like this a little bit because that's the feet. And then we'll add to it when I feel we need to. So for right now, this is the bottom part of it. I'm just fixing this up like this area right here. Because if you look right here, I have a little finger, a little area for the toes. And that goes like that. And then you push it on. And then you take another piece of clay. You put it over it just to hold it in place. And you fix the bottoms first before you go to the top. It gives me an idea what I did wrong, and hey, it works well. And like I said, work on your trouble spots first. That's what I've learned. Work on your trouble spots first. For me, my trouble spots is my paws or the claws or whatever, the legs. It's always the legs. I always had problems with the legs. I admit it. I have problems with the legs. I always did. I always have had problems with legs. Of animals, of people, of anything. Even in drawing, I always had problems with that. So now I'm going to put this in the back because this is where the heel is, and that goes right there, and that goes right there. So work on your, if you're going to work on a project like this, work on your harder ones first. For me, it is definitely the feet and legs. Even with the dinosaurs when I made them, what did I have problems with? The feet and the legs. Wouldn't you agree? Exactly. And that's why I mentioned it's the feet I'm working on. It's the feet. I'll work on the legs later because I'm going to be adding what is it called? Oh, I'll figure it out. I forgot what I was saying. And don't get me wrong, I will be putting the paws on it too. Because when you look at the bottom of the feet, you have to put the paws and the... But I'm right now working on the feet and the legs. Go for your difficult part of your... if you're having problems with something, you make certain you reach your goal of beating your... not beating, but you know what I mean. So go for your difficult parts. For me, like I said, it's the feet and the legs. Always has been the feet. It has always been the legs. They have always been my problem spot. My husband can confirm because how many times have I mentioned, even when I was working on that Chihuahua dog, I was really panicked about those feet and legs. Okay, I think we got the feet, and I think they are looking good. This is about the same size as the other one, if you want to look. About the right size and everything. So there, I'm using that as my guide, and I use that as my guide because I'm looking at it. Okay. That starts it. That's the thing I'm doing right now. So that's the feet and the legs. I'm right now working on the feet. I haven't even started on legs because I haven't decided how I want this displacer beast to act. Do I want it to go and okay. Now I'm pushing it back and I'm pushing this forward a little bit like that. And I'm going up like this a little bit. And flatten it out a little bit. You don't want it too flat, but you want it flattened out a little bit. Because this is where the other claw goes. The other claw goes into this little section right there. Okay, let me check. Yeah, that looks pretty good. That looks really good in my book. So I use this as my guide to make the toes. I go here, then down, here, then down, here, then down. And it just gives you an idea where to put your toes. So one there, one there, one there, one there, and one on the other side. But it needs to have that little hump on the toes. Like, you know how this has little marks right here, the little. And that's another thing I need to do is fix that area up too. But I'll worry about that when it gets a little bit closer to how I want it. So here's the hump. There's the hump. It's not really a hump, but you know what I mean. That's the clay. Murgles, stop falling. And then there's that clay. Now what you want to do is bring it down a little bit. Bring it down. And you want to roll it in place. Just to have a little hint of that hump. You know, the knuckles of the displacer beast. You want to have those knuckles, because that's where that part goes, that part goes, that part goes. Just to give you an idea. Yeah, it looks pretty good. About the same length. Just checking it out on this other one. It's pretty good. You want them to look close to each other. Now this needs to be down a little bit, but that's okay. And that gives you an idea. And that is how you do it. make certain but I'm going with the harder part for me, which is to get this to look like a foot. Of a displacer beast, and I think I did pretty good with that side. But it's not high of enough hump for the feet, because you have to have it higher over the toes. So over the toes, it needs to be higher. Who knew working with clay was so much fun? And I'm going into the mode of organizing the foot just right and having it where it's showing the foot. Like I said, this is one of my toughest ones to do, is working on a toe or working on feet. I think that's looking much better. Yeah, that looks much better. Go in a little bit and push it in on this side right there and out. Yeah. That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. Okay, and then we put the little holes for the toes, or the nails. So one of the nails goes like that. One of the nails goes like this. Like this. Like this. And like this. I think I did it. I think that looks good. And it looks pretty symmetrical to the other toes. Yep. Now let's work on the other side. Now let's try and get it to look symmetrical like the other ones. Wouldn't that be fun? Okay. Now, one thing you need to do is bring this down. You don't want it flat. And there. There. Yeah. There we go. Then you take this, take about this much and make it into a ball. That's what I'm doing right now is I'm making it into a ball, and then I work on the toes to get an idea if it looks good and still looks a little off. If it looks a little off, then you go and you lightly pull it back. That's much, yeah, that's much better. And you have to, if it doesn't look right, you redo it. And the thing is, I wasn't sure how big the face was going to be. So, and as you can tell, the toes will be bigger. Well, not bigger than bigger than the head, but having the head as a reference kind of helps a little bit. So that helps you see what I'm doing. What I didn't like about the first one that I made, which was the black one, the clay wasn't soft enough for me to work with. I had to keep using softener to soften it. If that makes sense. Oh, it's close enough. Where are these hairs coming from? Get off. Okay. And then we'll take this right here. And this right here. And I usually do this little thing here, but it's a little bit bigger than the other ones. And that's where this toes goes. This is where this one goes. Right in here. Hi, Audie. Hi, Palmy. How are you doing? I am right now working on a big cat's toes or foot. I'm going with my, I wouldn't say Achilles heel, but one where I'm not comfortable working with. I never was good with feet. Never was good with making feet. So I'm learning, I'm working. Yep, it's lunchtime. Not quite lunchtime here. It's still 10:33 in the morning. Let's see, did I get the right size for the feet? Yeah, I think I did good. So, yeah, the Achilles, I call it the Achilles heel because of the fact that I'm not one that likes working with feet of animals. And I'm right now working on it. Oh, that's good. You're working 12:33. Yeah, it's 2 hours difference than me. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I learned, why don't you work with what's the hardest for you first? That's what I've learned. Work on the hard parts for yourself to get better and better at it. And it does take time. It takes quite a bit of time to get it to go the way you want it to go. Like these feet, I realized I didn't have big enough feet. I had it too tiny, if that makes sense. So that's what I'm working on right now. So that's good. Okay. And what I learned is if you're having problems with one thing, work on that item so you can get better at it. That's what I've learned. Let's see. It's getting there. Wouldn't you agree? If you are having problems with one thing, you work on that item so you can get better at it. That's my thoughts. My thought processes and things like that. So now I don't have a rolling pin at the moment. I don't know where my rolling pin is. That's supposed to be for clay. One thing I do like is that this clay is very soft and easy to maneuver. So I'm actually having a lot of fun working on the feet. And I'm checking on the other feet just to make certain they are symmetrical to each other. And I'm learning a lot in the fence in the area of working on the feet. Kind of glad I mentioned on the video that this is going to be all about feet today. So I'm working on the feet. So how's your lunch break going? So now I need to do the side of it. And I'm right now just softening the thing before I put it on the side. And then I put it over to the side right here. Yeah. So you're right now trying to get used to, yeah, the fitness needs to go up. Yeah. Now, do you like the idea of the displacer beast having wings? Do you like the idea of the displacer beast having wings? It's getting there. I know displacer beasts don't normally have wings, but I'm like, wouldn't it be kind of cool if it did? My imagination, people. So there's that right there. And I even got I think I got it pretty even to each other. Maybe a little bit. I might need a little bit more on this side. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. The creation has to have the right type of proportion. And I was thinking of making wings for the displacer beast. I know it sounds kind of crazy, but I talked to someone about it and they're like, "Oh, I would love a displacer beast with wings." I'm like, "Okay." I would have to figure it out, but sure, I could do displacer beast with wings. This is an albino displacer beast, by the way. Yeah, I think I got that part done to the point where I want it. Okay, once I put the feetsies on, or where the nails would go, I think it'll look good. And it needs to look pretty even to each other. So yeah, proportion definitely needs to have proportion. So I'm using this. I think it would be cool. So right now I'm fixing the feet. It has to have where the feet would go. Let me see. Yeah, I like that. I think that looks good. It's pretty much proportioned to the other side. Looking at this to give an idea if I need to make it longer or shorter. I think I need to add a little bit in the back. See, it never hurts to look at your other part of your, because this is 6 legs. 6 legs, guys, 6. So you want to have the proportion about the same amount. Okay, so I want it to be a little longer in the back. Let's see if that will make it look better to the others. Can you believe I'm using my crochet hook? I'm using my crochet hook to fix the feet. and put one of these things underneath. Well, did you like the displacer beast I made before? It was a black one. A real normal black displacer beast. The mouth will look better this time. Sometimes you just... What is wrong with this thing? Sorry, I was talking to myself on the... It's like this thing just didn't want to cooperate. Yeah, I know. I still make resin products. I even made this thing right here. I have other ones other than this, but I made this. It has ladybugs on it, but I make these type of things. I make all types of things, and I also make custom made things too. But over here in the area where we live, there's a lot of people who are into monsters or beasts. No, you actually like... I think the one thing you liked is this thing right here. And like I said, I have that ready for you when the time comes. I make dice. I make all kinds of things. Part of me feeling this is a little bit too wide on one side. And sometimes you have to use your scissors you don't want to use and cut over on this side to make it a little bit thinner, just to make it look right. And then lightly rub it in like that. And this one's needs to be pushed in a little bit too. I still haven't put the nails in. But yeah. Oh, I am actually making one of the diamond paintings into a tray. I'm right now waiting on something to get here, but yeah. Diamond paintings into a tray. Yep. We do need to agree on shipping and everything. And I'll have it on Shopify. Shopify, where that's where it's going to be put, and it's going to be put as... I think that is pretty even. And I'm looking at this against it. Yeah, I think that looks pretty even to each other. So And what I'll do is I'll actually put RCC Shop and Jewelry. I'll have my business card and my thank you card. By the way, here's a cute little item I made a while back. This is a game I play on Shop Titans. And he's supposedly supposed to be one of those Yetis. Turned out pretty good too. I need to refix his nails and stuff like that, but he turned out really good. I'll have him for sale. I have a lot of my stuff now in DeviantArt. Now, another thing I thought about doing is taking some red like this, a little bit of red with a little bit of this to make the gum or the sinews. You know what I'm talking about when I say sinews. So take like a little bit of red, not a whole lot, just a small tiny bit of red. Take a little bit of white and mix them together to make the gums or the sinews of the mouth. And this is how I got so far of the mouth. This is just the top part of it. This is the bottom part of it. And there you go. I still have a lot to do on that, but that's just what I got so far. I'm just working on the feet, and I want you to see the difference in the feet. The feet is, tell me if that would have fit a big animal. This is the size of the feet, and this is the size of the feet. Which one would, yeah. Yeah. I don't think that I really don't think a big animal can walk on that tiny of feet. That would have been embarrassing for the little animal, the big animal. And I still need to make the nails of it, if that makes sense. So still need to do that. So right now I'm separating them from, now this is what I did originally. I made the armature wire to hold so you can make the feet like that, and yeah. So yeah, it's going to be popping, and a lot of things are going to be popping. And like I said, did you want your name on it? Did you want your real name on it, or did you want anything on it? Been wanting to talk to you about that. So it's personalized for you. Because I do have a way to personalize it to make certain it looks perfect for you. I've done that for someone else. And I made a lot of different little things like this for cover minders. And I can personalize those too. But a lot of different things for cover minders. Oh, that one's missing its little toe. Ow, sorry. This, cover minders. But I wanted you to see the difference between the two, because then you'll see that the feet don't quite look like something for the big cat or the displacer beast. It just doesn't look like it. Another thing I thought about making is a dinosaur, although I made a lot of dinosaur. Okay, you want me to put Palmy Angel on it? Sure, I can do that. I can definitely do that. So you want me to put down Angel on your take the letters that I have And I can put it like in the middle right here or down here or on the top. You can let me know which one you want. But I can do that to personalize it for you. That's not big enough. We want it big enough. But I still do a lot of different things. But you have to make certain you have the right size proportion for the feet. I'm like, I cannot believe I messed up on the feet. It's a good thing I paid attention, though. I'm like, I kept trying to look at my artistry work, and I'm like, what is wrong with this picture? Why isn't it looking right to me? And I'm like, wait a minute. The feet are not the right size to that head. Okay, so we want to have it like about there. Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. I think I got the right proportion on this time. I think I got the right proportion. Wow. I think I did it. I think I did it. I think I did. I think I did it. So yeah, back to what I was saying on the displacer piece. I am actually thinking about having it kind of like how the manticore turned out, that type of wings. But we'll see. It'll come out. I might have to make the wings like plaster, sort of. And a piece of hair again. One thing about being an artist or into artistry is you have to definitely make certain you don't have your hair in your products or in your projects. I'm liking how that looks, though. It's pretty proportional. And then make it a little bit thicker up on the top. Okay, sounds good. Because I want the feet to be proportional to the length. So we're right now working on this part. And you have to have it proportional to the thing. Okay, so I'm going up here. And that goes like that. Okay, I think we got it. But I think wings would make it very interesting to add that little look to it. Right now it looks like a shoe. Doesn't even look like a foot. It looks like a shoe. But once I get the right proportion on it, it'll look like a foot. It'll look like a foot. Whoa! So that's not what I told you. That side. Woo! And then you fix it with the. And I don't have what you call a spaghetti machine, or not spaghetti, but a pasta making machine. So I'm just doing the. Yeah, that looks about right. Yeah, that looks about right. And then we put the little bit of the toe to the side of it. To the side, to the side, to the side. And I usually put the toe right about here. It's usually about right in here that they have like a little bit extended toe on the side. They have their toe coming out here like that. But they have like a hump near their toe. I've looked at big cat toes to give me an idea. And that's what I'm going to be doing. And that would be awesome if you do. I would love to hear from you. And we will add a little bit of clay on the bottom to kind of hide some of the imperfections. It's not imperfections, but you know what I mean. Hide any things that doesn't look right to you. It's better to be on the bottom than on the top, trust me. And I think that looks like a big toe, big cat's toe. Then I would take this right here. I use this as my little guide. And I take this and I go right here and I go, ow, wrong one. Like that. Like that. And like that. Just to give me an idea where it goes. And it gives me an idea if I have it just right or not. And then, push this in a little bit. Ooh, why didn't I think of that before? Still big, but why didn't I think about that before? That's what's been going on. Okay. Push it in like that a little bit. Okay. Push it like that and that a little bit. Okay. Sorry, I just was looking at something and I'm like, oh. Push that like that. Okay. Push that like that. Okay. That will look much better. And then back to that. Back to that. And that. And that. Pretty close. Pretty close, pretty close, pretty close. Out of all of them, I think the closest one I have that's even close to the right footing is this one right here. And that gives me an idea. Okay, cool. We're not done with you yet. Yeah, okay. So we will take it like this, put it down like that. We will take this, put it down like that. This, put it down like that. And this, put it down like that. So yeah, I was actually planning on making a, you know, one of those tray, not tray, but you know what I'm talking about. One of those, give me a minute. Pigeon. Come on, pigeon, pigeon. But it's like one of those trays, like for breakfast or something, a breakfast type of tray, if you know what I'm talking about. I was thinking of making one of those. I actually had, and I'm talking about, you know, all those diamond paintings people make and all that. Someone, what do you do when you're done? What can you do when you're done? And for me, I will be making a tray out of it. So a beautiful one, completely done. Thank you. Perfect. But it's a tray nonetheless. And ow. Right now I'm working on the last foot. Then work on the toesy, the little what are you call nails of the displacer beast, and make certain they are cooked before I am done with them, to put them in, and then I will make certain they fit first, and then I will. So right now I'm strengthening. What do you mean I lost connection?
Yeah.
Oh, for me, I'm actually, it's what you call lens. What do you mean? Give me a minute, guys. What's going on? My computer is telling me I lost connection. Can you guys hear me? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Give me a or tell my husband if you can't hear me. because it kept saying lost connection, and I'm like, I hope I didn't lose connection. I'm working hard on this displacer beast. Okay. Working on this. Oh, I am? Awesome. Awesome. I was really concerned there. Huh. It's kind of weird. Woo! And yeah, you heard me go, whoa, because I almost lost my piece of clay. So back to what I was saying. I have some diamond paintings that are what you call landscape. And really, I usually can grab you a lot faster than that. So let's see. Will you fit? Yeah, you'll fit. You'll fit fine. Move that out of the way. And it's amazing how some of the clay works with you, and then sometimes it doesn't want to work with you. Well, today it's actually working with me. So I'm right now working on this to bring the clay up and over and in. I'm trying to visualize the feet of a big cat, and the big cat's feet is don't know how to explain what a big cat feet looks like. Big cat feet is technically long and flat. Long and flat like this, but I'm trying to think, is it wide like that or is it skinny like that? And I'm still trying to learn the big cat feet technology. Well, you know what I mean. Not technology, but I mean, it's really close to correct. I mean, really close. But this is a displacer beast. And the displacer beast will look almost like a big cat, if that makes sense. Only difference is it will have tentacles coming from its shoulders. And it will have a couple other things too. So, yeah. About here, I believe. And there's hopefully some mail coming today. I don't know, but we're hoping. I think that's a pretty good idea of what the, and right in here would have that little bit of a oomph just to give you an idea of the size of the big cat's foot. Okay, I think we got the right size of it. It's a little out. You don't want it to be too big on that. Let's see, symmetrical, pretty symmetrical. That's okay. Thank you, Plum Angel. That's okay. I'm right now just getting an idea of how I want this done. But yeah, back to what I was saying. I plan on 2 and 3. Okay, that's good. I like how that looks. We'll see how that turns. Okay, so we're going to put the toe down, just so I know. Toe down. Toe down. Is that a piece of hair? Please don't be a piece of hair. There. And toe down. And toe down. I think we got the toes. I think we got the feet. Now, which one of all of the feet do you like best? I'm going to put this on something so you can see it and you can tell me how to fix it up looking better. They look pretty close to correct. And just give me a minute. And okay, there. So I have one that's long, thin. The others are a little bit more fatter. I'm trying to figure out how to fix the feet. My favorite one out of all of it is this one that I just did right here, where it shows where I'm going to be putting the nails right here. Sorry, the nails right here and the nail right there. I think this foot hits the area of the big cat and it still looks pretty promising, I think. So out of all of them, might have to fix it to get almost looking like this, where it's nice and promising right here. I could work with it that way and use this as my guide. Yeah, I think this is the one I want to use and get it as close to promising. that one looks almost symmetrical to each other. So next is this one to make certain it looks promising. Maybe a little bit more clay up on the top, just a little bit right in here. I'm just fixing it up a little bit. I think that might help that foot. Yeah, that looks more promising. I like the hump above here, and it has a little bit of a thing there. This is not that promising. I'm just looking them over, guys, at the moment, just to make certain they look promising. A little more flatter. Okay. I like how that one turned out. So we'll get a little bit more hump, like a little bit more action of going above and beyond that. There, that's more humpy, more bumpy, more like a big cat's toe, big cat's foot. I think I finally got it the way I want it. Kind of want it not too over the top. Kind of want it over that. Now let's see. That looks almost symmetrical. Almost. It's getting there. Yeah, I think we did that. That's good. That's good. Now we'll work on that one right there. You don't want it too up there, but some of them didn't look right to me, so I have to make sure it looks close to what I'm after. Now I'm going to put this mouth close to yeah. That helps me know what I need to do. The foot has to look a little humpy or a little bumpy, or it needs to fit the big cat. Now remember, this is an albino. It's not no black color. There's a couple of reasons why I chose to do an albino look. Number one, the clay of the white is so much easier to work with. That actually looks amazing. And then we lightly right in here. That actually looks amazing. I think I like that one. My favorite is actually this one. It turned out really good. I'm finally getting that one looking good. That one needs just a tad bit more push in the right direction. It still doesn't have that hump on the very top. So I'm just working on the bump. It's not really a hump, but it's more of a bump on the very, very top of the toes. And I'm just fixing it so it looks pretty symmetrical to each other. That, like I said, the big one I was working on, and I mentioned I was going to be working on it, is working on the toes because, or the feet, because the feet have always been giving me problems. Even if you remember when I made that one thing for that one lady, the feet and legs were my problem area. So I was like, well, how do I handle it? Well, work on it, right? If you work on it, you get better at it. At least that's my philosophy. If at first you don't succeed, try again. Love how that one turned out. This one's a little bit closer to that look. Need to fix those around there, and this one is looking good, but needs to be fixed a little bit. Yeah, the Chihuahuas. Oh my word. Those Chihuahua legs drove me batty. You know that. Those legs drove me batty. So I'm right now working on these feet, so I can I won't say beat my problem, but just so it looks better. And that's the thing. You have to keep trying and trying until you know you got it right. And at the moment it doesn't look right to me. This one looks right. This one doesn't actually look right to me. needs to be just a tad bit higher. And that's what I'm doing is I'm looking over everything I've done and I'm like, what can I do better? And that's a big key. For me, it's get better at what I want to get better at. Feet and legs are not my forte. But to have the overall look that I want, they need to become my forte, don't they? See, on my other one that I made of the displacer beast, I didn't have any feet on it. I should have, but I didn't. Okay. I think that looks closer to the way I wanted that and that to look. And then all I have to do is just add just a little hint of something right there where the toes come out. This one is the same situation. That one looks amazing. Okay, so we just got that one done. I'm a little happier with it. This one looks pretty good. This one looks horrible. Oh dear. This one looks really bad. What did people tell me? The artist is their own critic. Yeah, I'm my own critic when it comes to my work. It's like it has to look perfect. I'm not saying I have OCD, but I will tell you that I do not like when something doesn't look right to me and just leave it laying. If that makes sense. I don't have OCD technically, but I have to have it almost perfect when I come to working with my resin or when I'm working with my clay or anything. How many times did I keep looking at something and I'm like, is this perfect? No. Is it not perfect? Yeah. It's this side that's giving me no, it needs a little bit more on this side. Told you, I when it comes to working with a clay or resin, I'm a perfectionist. And I'm still trying to make have you ever worked on something and you're like, how do I make it better? How do I make something better? Well, like I was talking about my other thing and that I was doing with diamond paintings. People go, "What do you do with your diamond paintings after you're done?" I'm like, well, if it's landscape, I can actually make it into a what's called a table of some sort. Just slightly touch it. And then bring this down just a tad bit more. That looks much better to me. Oof. Let's see. Is that looking better? Almost. Almost. Okay, I think that looks pretty much the way I wanted that whole area to look. It's long, elongated, and it's perfect in that. Now let's look at this one. And let's check into these and see what I can do better on these. What do you think? Do better on these. I'm thinking more on the lines of it needs to be right in this section, right in here. I like that look. I think that looks pretty good. That one I have no problem with. That one actually I'm pretty pleased with. It looks pretty close to the way. So for this needs to be pushed in a little bit more. But other than that, it looks amazing. This one I'm not happy with. And I think the reason why I'm not happy with it is it has it. Yeah, that's better.
See, on the news, they said Matthew Perry died from a drug overdose. He's in Friends, wasn't he? He was.
I thought he was already dead.
Yeah, he's been dead for a few months, I think, if it's the one I'm thinking about.
Yeah, and the cops have charged some of his mates for supplying him with drugs.
Well, they might have.
Yeah, wouldn't you think if they're friends or if they're mates of his, wouldn't they try and talk him out of the drugs instead of supplying them?
Well, it depends on the definition of friends.
Yeah, but yeah. Yeah, they didn't say. I don't think he would be that old, would he?
He is approximately the same age as I am, what he was.
In his 50s, yeah.
Earlier 50s, actually. A little younger than me.
Yeah.
I think I'm getting it looking better, but I'm not liking the setup.
Because heard about it probably 2 months ago. It was just basically an announcement. Of course, it was just unknown at the time.
Oh, yeah.
Looks like it's moved on further since then.
Yeah, they've charged about 5 people with supplying him with drugs.
Well, I don't know who they'd be.
Yeah, they didn't
I'd
say
rather
word.
doubt it would have been anyone that he was on the show with.
Yeah, I don't know, they didn't say.
Okay.
But anyway,
I think if I fix it right in here and then redo this, I think it'll look good.
no.
And that's what I'm working on right now. I apologize for any interruptions, guys.
Yeah, some strange things happen, but anyway, yeah, a lot of people make the wrong decisions about what they're doing.
Well, what you find happens, in my
Yeah, I think that looks better. I think this looks a lot better. It didn't look right to me.
people that don't have a real purpose in life, right? People that don't believe in the creator or any other thing, they get fame, and then later on they lose the fame because they never appear in any other movies or anything like that.
Oh, yeah.
And then they end up with a whole lot of money that they don't know what to do with.
Well, it's,
Okay. So we got that part done and we have it looking good. I think I'm very happy with the feet. So, long story short, I think we done the feet. We got the feet done. I will be doing the underpads of it. Don't get me wrong, but right now, I think I did what I said I was going to do today was work on the feet, and I think I did really well on it. We'll have it all organized later on. I have to make the toesies. Like this one's easy. Making the what you call the sharp toes. So what you do is you take this, you go over here to the about right there, make certain that's sharp. And then all you do is you bend this down like this a little bit. And then, yeah. And then you put that right like that. And it goes right in there like that. Do you see?
So in the beginning, a lot of these things, as they get more popular,
gives you an idea of what I'm thinking of. But at the moment, I'm not going to do the toes. I'm not going to do the nails. I think I'm pretty much done with that part today. Let's work on some of the body now. I had to fix the toes or the feet. I had to fix it. I was looking at the feet and I'm like, the feet are off. The feet are off. It doesn't look right for the feet. Kept looking at the feet and I kept looking at the face and I was like, that doesn't look right. So now you wanted to see what I was going to do with the red. Now I have a little bit of red here. And to make it pink, you just take a little bit of red, take a little bit of white, and then you just lightly move it back and forth, back and forth. And that helps make it so it's pink for the gooms or for the other part that you want to make. But that's how you make it pink. You take red, you take white, you go back and forth, red and white. Make it nice and goomy. Because you're making the sinew of the side of the mouth will have a little bit of a pink tinge like this. And that's how you make them if you want pink. If you want it even pinker than that, you can take white, take this. I want it pretty light pink, like a really light pink. Not too red, not too pink, but a light pink because it's supposed to be the outside of the mouth a little bit. And yeah. And you just mix them back and forth until they're nice and mixed. And as you can tell, it's even a lighter pink. And if you want it even lighter, you can go lighter than that. Me, I think this might be the lightest I want it. I might add just a little bit more white. Not too much white, but just a little more white and mix it because I want it like I don't know how to explain it. And I don't know what color to make the nails. But that has white in it. It has light. And it's getting like, almost looks like a gum that you chew on now. That's color. Which would be good for the sinews of the mouth. So I'll have that ready for the next time I work on that. But yeah, that's the sinews of the mouth. And there you go. That is done. And there you go. Sinews. Just cut it in half. Have one side the other side, and you got your sinews. That's awesome. I am happy I did that. If only something wasn't in the way. But that's good, and that's good. But that's how you make the sinews, or make the light pink color. Now, we're going to work on the body. Because I still have 20 minutes to go. But I feel very happy with what I have done with the toes or the feet. I'll probably fix them up a little bit more after I make the claws. But yeah. And if you don't have a roller, look for something that's round like this. And then just use this to round it up. Like that. Round it up. And then it helps make it nice and flat and to what you want to do. That's how you can do that too. So there's that right there, and you rub it into the aluminum. And this into the aluminum. And you want to go back a little bit like this. And then you want to use your tool that you have. I do actually have a tool. I don't know where they're at right now because they're all packed at the moment. I do have clay tools, working with clay. I do have that. And you want to make the right in here is where the shoulder blades are. Like you have your shoulders, you have your shoulder blades. That's where the shoulder blades are. So you kind of want to bring out the shoulder blade look to the displacer piece as it's walking, or whatever you decide to do. Me, I'm still trying to make a decision if I want it to be attacking or not.
Going to do some shopping.
Okay, Dad. So anyways, as I was just saying, so this shoulder blade is right in here is what I'm thinking, and build it up on the shoulder blade. Because you want to have that shoulder blade going. May not look like a shoulder blade right now. It may not look like a displacer piece at all. But once we get things together and it going, it will look what I want it to look like. But right now, it's just trust the process, and that's the thing. For me, I may destroy something just to rebuild it. So I might destroy something just to rebuild it to look right. It's the same way with crochet. You sometimes destroy it just to make it look right. Like the good example is I had a sample I was supposed to make. Sent the sample to someone. They said it doesn't look right. I don't think you did it right. I said, can I redo it? And she said, yes, you can. And now it looks like the sampler of what she wanted. Wow, that's now looking like a shoulder. Whoo! Look at that shoulder. And that gives you an idea. You can see the displacer piece shoulder. And that actually has like the shoulder bone right there. And that's one thing I was looking for, is to make the shoulder bone really pronounced in this displacer piece, unlike the other one that didn't have a shoulder bone. Like it's trying to walk. And that's what I was trying to do. Using my finger, going back and forth as friction to get it nice and flattened. And if you can see the shoulder blade, it's kind of like this right here is where the shoulder blade is, where it's walking, if you can visualize it. So imagine your displacer beast being right here. Here's your head right here. Here's the shoulder blade. Here's the arm. Here's the first leg. Here's the second leg. And here's the third leg. Do you see what I'm talking about? That's my plan. So now I'm going to fix up the sides a little bit. And one thing about having aluminum foil, it saves you on some of your there we go, clay, so you don't use all your clay. So you can use clay again if you want. Right now I'm putting it into this right here so I can strengthen it in this spot right here and right here. So I haven't put everything together yet, because when you get an idea of what I'm doing here is, here's the displacer beast, legs and all, and you have to have them up on there on the hunches right here, and then you take your displacer beast right here and you fix the legs a certain way, same way with this leg right here and this leg right here. So I already worked on the feet a little bit. Now I'm just working on the outside of it, like the ribs and everything. Exactly, Audie, exactly. You don't want it exposed. So I'm just showing you what I'm doing first, is to you don't want this to be showing. So what I'm doing right now is just fixing it up a little bit and flattening it down a little bit and using this to put over the clay. Well, not over the clay, over the, and I'm using something else since I don't have a what's called a roller. So I'm using something else to use as a roller, and then you go and you build up. You want to build up that clay to really be accented, because once you do this, then you can add your feet and your legs, and then you have to put clay over those legs just to make certain they hide them. But yeah. And then you have to make holes for, like, say you wanted to make, if you look at the displacer beasts online, the tentacles go around on this area of the shoulder and comes out this way. So what I have to do is visualize where I want it. Like, do I want it here? Do I want it in the back right here? Because I also have to think about, if I'm going to make a wing, do I want the wing ahead of it or do I want it behind it? There's a lot going on in what you want to do with your displacer beast. My displacer beast is going to have wings. Jeff says that's going to be a dangerous displacer beast.
Mm-hmm.
So those are things I have to deal with to figure out, okay, what do I want to do next? So right now I'm working on fixing this part to be aiming for the back, because I haven't even worked on the tail yet. Just finished the feet. Well, it's not 100% finished until the feet are on here and where it's trying to walk. But yeah. But this is just the starting of it. And then I have to bulk out the neck also. So yeah, there's a lot to do with this displacer beast. And why is it taking me so long is because I'm right now doing some figuring out in my brain. Okay, what do I want to do with this displacer beast? Do I want it to be in an attack mode? Do I want it to be in a good mode? Do I want it to be just walking? What do I want done? So it's just to give you ideas of what I'm thinking. So I like this this white clay because it's extremely easy to work with. I mean, the black clay I was struggling. The white clay not so much. So that is to give you an idea. I'm getting a lot more closer. Well, I'm not getting closer to done. I won't be close to done until I actually have it done. But at least I got the feet done. I'm feeling good about that. I'm looking at them. I got the facial features of it done. I don't have the ears on it yet. Do I want it to have like a these are things I'm thinking about. Do I want it to have like demon-like ears? Because after all, it's a beast. Or do I want it to look like a big cat? Like the way they have their ears. Those are things that's going on in my brain too. So, as you can tell, it helps to save on clay if you use aluminum foil. Now, don't get me wrong, it's still going to be heavy. It still will be heavy. But, yeah. Now the question is, do I want to make it have the same look of going all the way across like this? Do I want that to have the shoulder going all the way across, or is the shoulder only in one spot? I haven't looked at Displacer Beast's shoulders, so I don't know.
I don't recommend it. They're nasty creatures. Don't get a close look. See if you can get a dead one that's been stuffed and mounted.
Well, this is what one will be like, stuffed and mounted, but this one will actually have wings.
Yeah.
And I'm using my fingers to roughen it up into the spaces. And you can tell right in here is the shoulder blade. And you want the shoulder blade to actually be pronounced. So as you can tell, there's the shoulder blade right there. I'm still trying to figure out how I can do the legs over here. Do I need to make like a shoulder blade like thing in here and in here? So I have an idea of sort of what I want. I'm going to visualize right now. Let's see if that's what I needed. Of course, this is also the spine of the animal. I always thought the front legs were always more pronounced than the backs of the creature. What do you think? And I'm using my fingers right now to rub all the to make it nice and smooth. You want it to be smooth. One thing I've figured out is on my other character or my other artwork I did, I wasn't able to move it back and forth like this to get it nice and flat. It does look like a, but I'm trying to figure out, should I make it bigger on the sides? And that's what I'm doing right now is I'm visualizing it, looking at it, and I'm getting close to my end time. But hey guys, I did pretty good so far. I mean, I just went into from the feet to working a little bit on the body. That's not bad. I even made the sinews for the mouth. That's not bad. But I'm looking at the time and I'm like, it is 3 hours now that I've been going. But I love talking about the art that I'm making. It gives you an idea. But I'm trying to visualize. But I think next week I'll do the same thing on the art. And we'll work more on this long body. So, if you like my video, give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, please ring the bell so you know when I upload another video. And last but not least, please comment. Comments help my algorithm, number one. Number two, it also helps me know what I can do better and what I can't do, like I learn from things. Yeah, I do. I get a section. I thought I was going to get the feet done last week, but nope, feet wasn't done because it was too tiny. But yeah. And like I said, just, I know, there we go. I'm getting all my white back in its little spot. If you like my video, give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, please ring the bell so you know when I upload another video. And last but not least, please comment. Many blessings and shalom, everyone. Adi please come back in. Okay. And